Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation review. I picked up this Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation SPF 15, and I'll show you the bottle if I can get it out. So this is the bottle, and then you twist up the top and it becomes a pump. So I got the shade 4 bisque, and obviously I've never tried this before, so this is like a first impressions and review kind of video. So on the packet, it doesn't really give you much info. It just says Traceless Perfecting Foundation SPF 15, dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested. Doesn't tell you how to apply it or anything like that. It's 1 fluid ounce, so 30 mils, which is pretty standard for foundations. And on the Tom Ford website, I'm just reading it off my phone, it says, for Tom Ford, a flawless complexion is the essential first step to a balanced and symmetrical face. This natural finish, long-wearing, humidity-resistant foundation hydrates an even skin tone, creating a flawless, supple and poreless canvas on which to sculpt the features. So basically it should even and smooth out your skin tone. Its state-of-the-art formulation includes the skin-nourishing Tom Ford infusing complex to help smooth and renew skin, help diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's buildable, medium to full coverage, and SPF broad spectrum sun protection. Shield skin from UVA and UVB damage. So it also doesn't tell you how to apply it on the website, whether you should use a brush or a beauty blender. It doesn't tell you. It's got a pretty good shade selection, so that's the shade selection there. They're mostly, I would say, yellow undertoned colours and a couple of dark ones. Definitely they have room to expand their shade range. And this foundation comes in, I think, 4 different types. I'll just find out. So it comes in 4. So it comes in this tubey one, which apparently is super full coverage. This like normal pump style, which is light coverage, and then this one which I've got, which is the medium, and then a stick which is medium to full coverage. So those are American prices on the website, and I picked up mine from David Jones in Sydney. We only have one, I think, Tom Ford stand at David Jones, which is a shame. Should be more readily available. And I paid $122, which is so much for a foundation, but I really wanted to give this a go. So let's get into it. I'm going to prime using my normal primer, my Makeupforever Smoothing. You have to give this a fair shot, even though this foundation claims it's pore minimizing. I always like to have a smoothing primer underneath. So I've not got anything on my skin, just I did a face mask before I started this video. I did the Sephora Rose face mask, I think it is, and I think it's really nice. It made my skin nice and bright and hydrated. So I'm just going to go in with the foundation. I have no idea how much you're meant to use, so I'm just going to pump. Ooh. That was like 2.5. So looks like a pretty good shade match. I got mine shade matched by the lady in the store. And I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques sculpting brush. I'm just going to pick up a bit on the brush and then work that into the skin. So first impressions, it's pretty thick. Not like pretty thick, but it's thickish. It does blend quite nicely into the skin. I would say it's medium coverage. And the shade is pretty close to my chest, which is nice. Just going to zoom out a little bit. So I'll just do the other side. So I've got a few pimples and stuff on this side, so let's see how well this foundation goes with covering. So I've used all that foundation that was on my hand, so I'm just going to pump out 1.5 more. And let's do my forehead. Blend into the hairline. Don't want an obvious line of foundation. Nothing worse. And then over the nose. I'm just going to pat where I want more coverage. So usually over my cheeks I get a bit more discoloration, a bit more redness, and just over the pimples. So I'm gonna have to go back in with another pump to build up this coverage. So far I'm liking it. It doesn't cover pimples like super great. I'm going to bring this down my neck. So I'm pretty happy with the way that this is blended. I would say it's a natural finish, if not a tiny bit dewy. Yeah, it's left my skin with like a natural kind of shine, which I like because I have dry skin. It's not too much, so if you have oily skin, I think this foundation could work for you. The coverage is nice. I would say it's more on a medium side. You definitely have to use a few layers to build up to the intensity that you like. But when you do build it, it doesn't look cakey or anything like that. It's slightly tacky to the touch, so I would suggest setting it with powder unless you want it to move. Don't want it to move. It doesn't say how long wearing this foundation is, so we'll have to see. Typically I wear my foundations for like 6-ish hours at a time. I'm not one of those people that wears makeup every day to work or anything like that. I usually wear it going to dinners, night out, things like that. But yeah, so far I'm really liking the way it's made my skin look. It looks nice and smooth, but I do have a smoothing primer underneath. But I think it's filled my pores. Doesn't look cakey or anything like that. So I'm just going to finish the rest of my face. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. And then I'm just going to use a bit of the Maybelline Fit Me in number 10 to cover this just a tiny bit more. And then I'll use my Real Techniques damp sponge to blend. So that blended in really nicely. Looks really smooth under my eyes. The Tarte Shape Tape is really full coverage, but layered on top of the foundation, it doesn't look too cakey or anything like that. Cool, so all that's blended in. Looks really nice. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to set my under eyes with the RCMA No Colour Powder, as per usual. That looks really nice. Sometimes when you're using powders on top of concealers on top of a new foundation, you don't know how it's gonna look, but this looks really smooth and like airbrushed. I love it. And for the rest of the face, I'm gonna go in with the Armani Luminous Silk Powder in the shade 4.5, and just a really light amount of this. So layered with all the powders, you can still get that nice shine, the glowiness through the powder. Doesn't look cakey like to me when I'm looking in the mirror. Looks really nice actually. So I'm just going to bronze. Use my Revlon and Chloe Morello, what is it called? Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. I'm just going to go in with the bronze shade first. I'm going to pick up the contour shade. No problems blending on top of the foundation. Doesn't look patchy or anything like that. Very impressed so far. And for blush, I'll use this shade from my BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette. And for highlight, the Jouer Citrine Highlighting Powder. And then I'll set all that with the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray. So I always set my foundation with a setting spray, just because you're layering quite a lot of product, like powder products on top, and this just like refreshes the skin and makes everything melt in and look nice and dewy. So overall, I'm really happy with the way this foundation's performed so far. Layering all these products on top hasn't made it look weird or cakey or anything like that. It doesn't feel super tacky. It looks really nice, like when I'm looking at it in the mirror. My face looks nice and like even, all one colour. Doesn't look patchy or cakey, anything like that. So we shall see how it performs. I'm going out for dinner tonight. I'm going to be eating quite a lot and all that jazz, so we shall see how it performs, and then I'll come back and give a little review on how I think it is. So yeah, I'll just finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back. And this is the finished look with just like a neutral eye and a bit of a darker nude for the lips. Yeah, I really like this foundation so far. So it's probably been on my skin, I would say, for like 45 minutes maybe, while I was finishing up my eye look and just having a chat and all that stuff. So far it's holding up really well. It's not breaking up or anything that I can see, but only time will tell how this truly holds up. And like I said, I will be back later to let you guys know. But I just wanted to show you the finished look. Hey guys, so welcome back. It's been maybe 5.5, 6 hours since I applied this foundation, and I was out to dinner. It was super humid where I was at, so hot, but I think the foundation's held up really nicely. Like, it doesn't look old or sweaty or oily or anything like that. It's come off a tiny bit over my breakouts, but I mean, that's okay. My bronzer and blush and highlight and all that still looks really good. Like, that's not come away or anything. I haven't reapplied powder or anything like that to my face. I have dry skin anyway, so I don't tend to need to powder because I don't really get oily that much. Yeah, overall I'm really impressed with this foundation. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin. It makes your skin look so nice and even. I definitely think it's smoothing, it's pore filling, definitely holds up to humidity, as the claims say it does. I would definitely repurchase this for myself, but I don't know whether it's worth the $122. I think you can get a lot similar results with different foundations, like the EX1 for example, quite similar packaging, similar formulas. This is, again, evens out complexions, perfect coverage, almost invisible, non-pore clogging, and this one is like $20 maybe. So I mean, you're saving like $100 purchasing that over the Tom Ford one. But sometimes it's nice to splash out and treat yourself, which is obviously what I did. And I just wanted to, yeah, see how this foundation lasted. So if anyone has tried it with different skin types, like oily, things like that, please leave a comment if you want to. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.